Bing!
Boom.
Bing! What's going on, everybody? How are we doing today?
Oh, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. This almost didn't happen. I'm terribly sorry. There's been no promoting, no nothing. I've been busy. This has been the thing. So here we are. It's Tuesday, the day after the bluest Monday in the year. And with 2020, I'm scared to see how many people didn't survive this Monday. Did you hear about that Blue Monday?
No.
No? So it's been everywhere on the media. Yesterday is the most depressing day of the year. That's what they say. Yesterday was the bluest, crappiest day for everybody ever.
Why?
I don't know.
On Martin Luther King Day?
Science. I don't know.
Oh.
What a weird time to be alive. It's like today's National Cheeseburger Burnt End Day. Like, who's making this shit up? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's Taco Tuesday, okay, I get that, but now it's Tri-Tip Tuesday. Now it's Meatless Monday, but it's Meat Monday. I don't know. There's too many to keep track of, but I wish there was a calendar that some foodie would make that would tell us that, October 3rd is Dill Pickle Day.
Right, because I usually don't hear about it until 8 o'clock that night.
That's it, and that's how it always happens, and it's just depressing. It's unbelievable. Darren, how you doing, buddy? I know you messaged me earlier. I didn't know if I was going to be on tonight or what. How you doing, buddy?
Darren, if there's a foodie calendar announcing the actual. Yep. See, never mind. I'm going to finish the sentence.
National Popcorn Day. Yeah, that's it.
You get on an app, Darren, or yeah, that's an app idea.
Yeah, that's what would be an eat app for us, for everybody on Instagram especially. You take a picture with your phone and it tells you instantly if it's crap or not. With the geometry or whatever, to let you know to take a better picture now.
Right, because as you're doing it, you quick snap a few pictures. You're like, I'll look at it later.
Yeah.
And at least for me, I don't usually post until the next week or whatever, and then I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, I've seen so many people that are like, I had better pictures, but I can't find them. Yeah.
It looks good at the time.
Yep. Oh, look at that.
Hey, Couch.
Southern Dads. How you doing?
You don't use an iPhone, do you? You have Google?
Yeah, I use Samsung.
So I don't know if any other iPhone users get this, but I'll take a picture, and then when I go back to look at it, it's not centered the way it was when I took the picture. It'll be off to the right. And I'm like, that's not how I took it.
Yeah.
Or I frame it up, and all of a sudden there's this extra little part into it. I don't know.
My big pain in the ass is when I change my view ratio to do one thing, and then I forget that I changed it. I'm recording something else, and then you go to upload it. Like if you're doing a 60 seconds or under on Instagram, you want to shoot it in the 1x1. But if you're doing an IGTV or if you're doing a reel, you want it in the full, right? The full vertical. So I'm constantly forgetting what setting it's on, and I'm shooting. And then, of course, when I go to upload it, it's always the wrong one. And then it's cropped or it looks like crap, right? It is what it is. It's quite a pain in the butt.
Yeah. And I can't. I mean, I'm actually due for a new iPhone. I still have the XR, so I want to go get one of the new, whatever it's called, Pro, because of the low light features on that. They're supposed to be much better because when you live in Wisconsin or Canada, 6 months out of the year, you're grilling at 4 o'clock. It's already dark out.
That's it. That's exactly. Yeah, man. It's always dark, man. Always dark.
Right. Those low lights don't do justice.
Yeah. No, it's been black for 2 hours here today. So, and it's 7 o'clock. So there you go. Yeah, it sucks.
So here's an Instagram question for you. What's the length of your reels?
15 to 30 seconds.
I can only do up to 15 seconds.
Okay.
I can't do the 30-second ones, and that drives me nuts.
What do you mean you can't do the 30-second ones?
My phone doesn't go up to 30 seconds. Like, it cuts off at 16.
Really? Well, are you shooting for reels? Because I use videos as reels.
Yeah. If I dig a video, it'll only let me do 15 seconds of it.
Really?
There's a few other people that have the same issue.
That's
because I'm looking at all these people. I'm like that person can fit a lot on their reel.
Yep.
Then I go back and look at the time. I'm like, oh, it's 30 seconds. Mine only goes up to 15.
Might be a setting in your account that you're not doing.
Let's hope.
Like if your account's set to personal or business or creator. Because there's 3 different styles of account.
Okay.
That's where that might be different.
Let's see. I think I'm set up as a business.
Okay, then you should be fine. This is my first drink of the day. I got home 15, 20 minutes ago. Jared called me right away just to check in on me because he hasn't heard from me in forever. I've been so busy doing my little side project there. No one's seen me. No one's nothing. And they're all... Nobody misses me. Except the wife. The wife is like, can you hurry up and make dinner? It's brutal, man. Roll in the house at 6:30 at night, right?
You hurry up and take care of the kids.
Yeah. Oh, then you start.
15-second button. It should switch to 30. Oh.
So what's going on, everybody? You got any questions for me or anything like that? You got any questions for Chris? Green Bay Packers, eh?
Oh.
Green Bay Packers. There you go.
Buddy, how about those Packers?
Yep.
It's a big one. It's going to be a big one on Sunday. I told this to my wife. I'm really happy we're the 12:05, or sorry, not 12:05, the 2:05 game instead of the 5:30 game because I would just be going nuts if we had to wait that long.
Yep. That's awesome. I'm pretty happy about it. It's a neat thing. Like even Betty White was talking about it.
Oh.
How cool is that? Like 99 years old. Yeah.
That is nuts. So I went back and there was like an article on her about like what she's done and like her career. You know, I've really only known her as Golden Girls.
Yep.
You know, but then I started reading this article about her starting in like 1954 as an actress and doing all this other like producing shit and pretty impressive, like the career that she's had that spanned, 8-9 decades.
Yeah. I think it's really neat. She had a Pets of the Stars show, and I watched a few reels from that.
Oh yeah,
very cool, man. Because you get to see like Burt Reynolds, right, talking about animals, and you get to see all these weird people's dogs that look just like them and stuff. And it's so cool. Like, it's very neat because to see those movie stars with a dog next to them. It's like there's no more character. It was actually a really neat play on the show, and I think it was the first time a lot of people saw like movie star actors and actresses.
Yeah, when did that air?
Being goofy in themselves because of the puppies, right?
Was that in the 80s or 90s?
Oh, I want to say 60s. 60s or 70s.
Okay.
60s or 70s, yeah. Burt Reynolds, like, he had a little mustache. And I was like, wow, like, look at you. And he, just nice and prim little hair. I was like, what the? This is before Smokey and the Bandit for sure. Like, this is, yeah. It was really neat.
And that's one of those things that a lot of these people are never going to really realize. Even us growing up in the 90s, there wasn't social media, so we didn't even, we didn't have that look into their lives. That's why when, like, Cribs first aired, it was such a big deal. Because like, oh, you can see inside these celebrities' houses, and see all the stupid shit they have. And now it's like you go on Instagram and you can see everything.
No, I know. Yeah, I remember when MTV Cribs first came out.
Mm-hmm.
That was the coolest stuff ever. Just, oh man, I forget who it was. One of the rappers, in his garage, he had like a 600-gallon aquarium in the wall where he parked his cars, right? And every day he'd come home, he'd hit up a store and buy like a big fancy goldfish because he had one shark in the tank. And he's like, yeah, every couple days or whatever, I like to get him a treat. And then he drops this, like, it's for sure $100 goldfish.
Yeah.
Big bubble, fancy gold. And it's like, yeah, and it's, doing its thing. And all of a sudden you see this big shark come up and I'm like, that's it. That's the guy. Like, that's next up, laser beams. That's the coolest shit you could ever. I loved it. And then you see Rob Zombie. He bought John Wayne's old house. And there's a huge pool in the backyard with a hot tub, and it's all like granite and beautiful, right? It's all covered in algae, and there's tree branches and stuff. And you look at Rob Zombie, looks at the camera, he's like, you think I'm going to go outside? And he just walks back in the house. I'm like, that's so legit that these people are actually the way you'd think they are, right? Like, the dude is like fluorescent white, covered in tattoos. He's like, I've spent like an hour outside since I was 8. I need to get into the house and into the basement somewhere. Like, this is horrible. This is crazy. So yeah, neat stuff. I like that. So this Betty White thing was like that because you got to see stars acting goofy because they're with there was a scene that I saw with Vincent Price, and he had a pug. Like, and it was a pure, like back in the 70s, it was a purebred pug. And he's holding this tiny little dog that just looks so ugly that it's adorable, right? And Vincent Price, like, and he's talking, this is Vincent Price, like the creepiest guy on the planet. And he's like coddling this little ugly dog. It was perfect. It was so cool. So yeah, that was Betty White stuff. So now back to football. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Back to football.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be a good game. I mean, hopefully we play much better than we did against them the first time. But like Aaron said, I think today he said, the first time the Saints and Tampa Bay played, Saints beat Tampa 38-3. So that obviously didn't have a outcome on the game. So I don't know. I feel good about it. Like, I feel good about this Packers team. Aaron's playing better than he's ever played. Defense is making plays when they need to make plays. So I'm optimistic that we're going to make our Super Bowl run.
That's awesome, man. That's I really hope, man. I really hope. Fingers crossed. It'd be nice to actually know someone in the Super Bowl. Like, how cool is that? Like, that's the buddy of mine at work, Joe. He is a sweetheart, and he's a huge Green Bay fan. And we're up here. This is like CFL country, right? He's not American. He's a Canadian. But his entire life, he's cheered for the Green Bay Packers.
Awesome.
And I'm like, how does that happen? Have you ever been there? He's like, no, never. But I've liked what they're about. I've liked their team since I was a kid, and I really like following them. And it's just a neat dynamic that you never really think of, right? But there are people who don't cheer for their home team or their home whatever. They have like a random reason for liking something else. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's and we'll hear stories of like people in like Wyoming or the Dakotas. They don't have any pro teams out there, or Idaho. That they latched onto the Packers. So that's kind of cool too when you kind of see some of those places. The cool thing is you go to some of these big cities and almost anywhere you can find a Packer bar. So like even in Charleston there was a Packer bar that we would go to, and it's kind of neat to find those places where there's either some Packer that's been transplanted and they open up a bar, or someone who's just like, just always kind of liked them.
Yep. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's Javi. How you doing, big man? I've had a few messages of people. I guess he just did a podcast. I forget who with, but I didn't know he was doing podcasts. So we need to have Javi on here because a few people messaged me. They're like, that's one dude you got to talk to, right? So, Javi, if you're still on here, man, we should probably tie something up and try and schedule you in, man. That would be deadly.
Oh, yeah.
I've got so many things to talk to him about.
Oh. Yeah, because he's a fabricator too, right?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Sorry, I dropped my lemon. He builds stuff from scratch all the time, which is amazing. Love that.
Yeah, I just ordered something from. Actually, it's going to come from Canada, so I'm not sure how long it's going to take to ship here. It's a hand forged pigtail clipper.
Oh, yep. Yep.
So, yeah, I wanted one that was actually made by somebody. So
That's all. You know, it's funny you say that. So there's a guy that I met up here at Smoke Show. He's been working on mine for months. I don't even want to tell you, just in case someone else goes and makes it now. But the pigtail, the whole long rod, he's peening into an octopus tentacle.
No.
For me, right? But it's taking forever, and he has to, like, when you punch it, and then it makes a little dimple, and then you have to, like, beat the edges up so it makes a suction cup, and he's like, it's taking forever.
Yeah,
and now it's round, and it's. But I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Like a hand
thing is maybe the tentacle, and the tentacle's gonna have the hook.
Yeah. And I was like, this is so deadly. Like, this is what I need for sure. But this is going to be one of those things that's going to take forever to get. So, yeah, So our bathroom upstairs, we did like Kraken style.
Okay.
We've got cast iron octopuses. We've got a few glass ones. We've got the shower curtains, a big octopus, right? The carpet. I'm huge fan of the whole pirate octopusy kind of thing. So, yeah, I when I saw that, so that Wayfair, what they have octopus tentacles holding up lamps.
Okay.
But they're like $300, and they're just an 8-inch tentacle that holds up a light socket, right? And as soon as I saw that, I was like, this is what's there. I should probably buy 10. But then I saw the price, and I was like, this is not worth it at all. I can't. Yeah, it's you know, damned if you do, you damned if you don't. But I don't know. It's not in my wheelhouse to make them yet. Maybe one day, but
bamboo.
It's been a day, man. I was in the well bay for like 13 hours today, so just tired. Haven't eaten yet. Haven't showered. Usually, I come home. First thing I do, I have a bath and I get caught up on my Instagram. So if you guys are messaging me, here's something fun. If you're messaging me after I get home from work, there's a 92% chance I'm in the bathtub having 6 or 7 White Claws, getting caught up on all my posts and comments and stuff like that. That's my quiet time because the kids aren't in there, right? And the wife lets me be, and I'm super relaxed and I can focus on, you know, whatever. So it's a nice time.
There you heard it. If you're talking to Mel, you know, between 6 and 6:30 Mountain Time,
yeah, there's a huge chance I'm in the tub.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to go out on a limb and guess he's naked in the tub, but
you never know, right? It's kind of funny, Captain Ron, right? We'll call each other every once in a while, chatting about this or that, right? And every time he's like, "Oh, you're in the tub again." This isn't weird at all. I'm like, well, what do you want? Like, you want me to get up and shake, or what? Yeah. I'm like, this is the only time I can do this. If I go in the living room and try and do a video call, it's not going to work. My kid's going to like knock my phone out of my hand. The other one's going to get the jumpy thing going. It's not.
Just be happy I'm not sitting in the toilet.
That's it. Exactly. There's that. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. You got any big cooks planned for this weekend?
I've got nothing planned for this weekend. I'm not quite sure. I might still be at work at the shop doing my little TV project there. So
deadly.
It's tough. It's tough. Like I have something special to show everybody, and I can't wait to do it. It won't be today, but it's coming, and I'm very excited about it. It's a huge project, and I've really grabbed the bull by the horns with it. So it's going to be. It's going to be fun when I get to launch it, but until then, you guys are just going to have to wait. How about you? What have you been doing? You've been doing some TV spots, eh?
Yeah, I did another one on Monday or Sunday. We taped it, and I still have to edit it down, and I'm still 38 seconds over, so I have to like the last one. There's quite a few views where I'm talking and I have it sped up to like 120%. Like it's just on that borderline where I sound like a chipmunk,
Yep.
or like I'm talking too fast. But so I still have to do some editing and do it. But yeah, I got some. I'll have one coming out again on Friday. Hopefully it's good luck. We're doing some Snake River Farms tri-tip sliders with the smoked beer cheese sauce and a little pickled red onion and jalapenos. So
Nice.
I brought my two daughters out to just do a Buddha bite with it and say go pack go at the end so they can tell their classmates they're on TV.
Yep.
And so takes her slider.
Yep.
She takes a bite about twice as big as I took.
Yep.
One piece is like falling out of her mouth. She shoves it in and she just.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be fun. And I don't know. I'm gonna play around. I was talking to my wife, like play around with some steaks for her and I this weekend. I got a couple of some nice fillets.
Nice.
I want to maybe do like a crab butter to go over the top.
Okay. Yep.
Well,
Yep.
so we don't want to do it like I've had some where companies would send me it's a fillet and there's like this crab mix on top that has bread and you're supposed to cook it all whole like that.
Yep.
Yeah, the steak just doesn't cook the way I want the steak to cook. I would rather cook the steak, make sure I cook it perfectly medium rare, and do like a crab topping to it. So something that's going to be cooked separately with it.
Yep.
We'll have to figure that out.
Let me tell you about the magic butter I used on that turkey.
That's right.
30-pound turkey.
Yeah.
I cooked the scallops in that seafood monstrosity I did on the expander.
Mm-hmm.
Scallops in the cast iron with butter, right? All the crab with the butter. And then I recycled the butter. Cooled it off, became compound butter, which I then used and I stuffed under the skin of that turkey. So I did this after my mom took a few bags, vacuum sealed bags of leftover turkey because I had 38 pounds of it, right? A week later, she's like, I don't know what seasoning was on that turkey, but it was the best turkey I've ever had.
Okay. But you'd be like, I don't know, it got hives and like
I don't let anybody I know. I'm like, are you allergic to seafood or peanuts or anything crazy that's going to kill you? Because I don't even know that I have peanut oil, but there's 100% chance it's in these chicken wings for no reason. Mm-hmm. So like, that's how I live by that code. If you have allergies, don't touch me. Don't come around me. It's yeah, it's a weird thing. But when mom said that, she was like, this turkey had a almost like an unami kind of kick to it. And she's like, what was that? What was that? And I was like, it's reused scallop butter. So the steaks I had the other night, I used the butter out of the shrimp scampi.
Okay.
And I used it on the steaks to finish them off, and I cooked them super rare, like blue rare. And that's yes, that scampi butter with the herbs in it stuck into that meat and that's how I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do big seafood cooks, recycle the butter, freeze it, make beautiful little medallions that I'm going to use on my top end steaks, and be like, this is seafood butter for when I'm cooking those steaks. A fresh picanha right off the grill, drop one of those on there, let it soak, slice it down. It's going to be nuts. It's a game changer because it has that almost like a fish sauce, that funky kind of kick at the end. But it's sweet because the garlic is cooked down, right? It's got your herbs, whatever herbs you used. It's so nice. And on beef, forget about it. How you doing, buddy?
Maybe that's what I'll do is just get some nice lump crab meat, just saute it in butter. For some reason I'm thinking sage, but I probably want to just stick with like rosemary and thyme.
Yep.
And then just saute that and just, put a pile of that on top of the tenderloin.
See, my go-to is always basil oregano.
Is it?
Always basil oregano. I don't know. It's because of our Greek salad. I think that's what it is.
So you're basil oregano. I'm, rosemary thyme,
Yep.
or the lemon thyme that I have. I love the smell of that.
Yep.
Basil, I do love me some basil though.
Yep. Yeah. So we got the spicy oregano. Mom grew a huge like hedge of spicy oregano. So now, like when you chew it, just raw, it's spicy. Like it's actually, so it's quite flavorful. I love it.
So like it has heat, or it just has like that peppery flavor.
The peppery flavor, but it's like it's overpowering fresh.
Okay.
Dried, it's not nearly as much, but it's still there. It's a heavy oregano, heavy.
So how do you keep your basil?
Well, just dried. I dry it out. I've got a shed that I dry stuff out, and then I package it up and jar it up.
Okay. Like, the rosemary and thyme, they do really well just thrown in a freezer whole.
Okay,
so have a gallon freezer bag, and I'll just, as I'm growing them, I'll just cut them, and then, when I make soups during the winter, I can just throw them in whole still, and they actually hold up really well, but the basil just turns black. So I thought about drying. I even have a dehydrator that I could just throw a bunch in, and as they start. My basil plant this year just went crazy.
I wouldn't go aggressive with the dehydrator. I wouldn't go aggressive. If you go aggressive, I find you lose flavor with that moisture.
Okay.
Do it slow. Like, do it really slow. When I fill my shed up, I learned this with dill. If you do dill fast, like out in the sun or something like that, it tastes like grass. It doesn't taste like dill.
Huh.
But if you do it slow in the shade where it's kind of humid but not enough that it's going to mold, that's the trick. You keep the mold away, but slowly dry it out. It's still super dilly and pungent. If you do it fast, it loses a lot of its flavor in the moisture.
Right.
So it's one of them things. Oh, Jeff, how you doing, buddy? And Spicy Jacks, how you doing? I got a thing going with Spicy Jacks there. I think I don't remember the date. I'm not good with dates. He'll remind me about it, but I think we're doing some kind of cook somewhere in there.
Ooh, like a showdown?
Yeah, some kind of something. It's going to be fun. Yeah, that's the lady at Bunsters. So the hot sauce, right? Hot sauce Bunsters. I got the 12 out of 10. I think that's what it is. 12 out of 10. I got the 16 out of 10. It's unreasonably hot. It is unreasonably hot. So I still hope to do the YouTube spice challenge, hot wings, do the whole 9 yards. The gauntlet with the boys would be a good time. It would be a good time. But you guys have to know I eat a lot of spicy food. Did you catch Big Paul on the grill? His chip challenge? What you won't get is me being a tough guy. And like, okay, no big deal, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to get that from me. I'm going to be a punk about it. And when it hurts, I'm going to let you know it hurts. And when it starts and I'll probably mess up somewhere and get it on my lips or maybe in my eye. It's going to be a show. I will for sure put on a show. I can't help myself.
Because it's wings too, and wings, it's different.
That's like so many people still message me about that cherry bomb that I ate the one time when I was out there gardening in my house robe, and they're like, I just want to see you like do that every day. I just want to see you hurt yourself just a little bit. It made my day that you hurt yourself.
Yeah, I don't think my stomach can handle that.
So as soon as I heard that, I was like, well, I can hurt myself every day if that's what you guys want to see. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to hold myself together, Darren. I'm going to be a shit show. That's what I'm going to do. I've actually done the Packy, the Hell Hot one chip challenge. I've done that, and it wasn't actually that bad for me either. But
so they have a bag of. I don't know if it's ghost pepper or Carolina Reap. I think it's probably their ghost pepper chips.
Yes.
Oh, it's just like the big bag of chips.
Haunted ghost peppers, yes.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yes.
The flavor in it's terrible. I'm like, they're second to hottest one that's it's not very hot, but it's like chili lime. I'm like, that is delicious. So I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm like, it wasn't that hot. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to the next one, and it's hot, but it just doesn't even taste good. So I'm like,
When they first came out with that chip at my superstore, I bought 24 bags.
yeah.
And I think it was like $4.99 a bag. I bought 24 bags of them. And people were like, dude, there's something wrong with you, man. What are you doing with all these chips? This is crazy. I would take them, poke a hole in the bag, smash the shit out of them, and make smash burger mix. So that flavor you're talking about is actually not so bad if you cook it like in a meatloaf or in a burger scenario. Not bad at all, man. Not bad at all.
Did it keep the heat?
It kept a fair amount of heat.
Because I did that with, I think it was just Flamin' Hots. I did that when we did our Spam challenge. I took those and breaded the Spam fries, and I'm like, there's no heat at all with that.
Do you know what is a sleeper? And I'm going to say this. You might have a bottle at home. The Big Green Egg Habanero.
Oh, I didn't get that one.
The Big Green Egg Habanero hot sauce is like their Louisiana-style hot sauce, but it's the habanero kick. I've cooked wings with that 6 times, and I forget every single time how stupid hot that hot sauce is. And I always think I'll just blow the bottle, right? Mixing it up, not a big deal. Double dip, triple dip, whatever. Every time, the wife is like, these are unedible. Why would you make these? Like, this is garbage. We can't even put them in our... It is such a nice, good hot sauce. If you have someone that likes to be punished.
Habanero has fantastic flavor.
I
really love the flavor.
It's there.
Uh-huh.
But like, if someone doesn't like Louisiana hot sauce,
right,
don't use that habanero hot sauce because it's hot. It is hot.
That straight up would probably be too hot. Like I'd be uncomfortable. But it's like the flavor from the habanero is just so darn good.
Yeah.
Are you a dipper with your wings?
Yes. No. Okay. Depends. If the ranch is there and I also have vegetables and stuff, then I'll probably start the dipping and then everything gets dipped. But if there's no dip present, I won't ask for dip.
Okay.
I just mow the wings. I'm good.
Ranch, blue cheese, if you had your choice?
Both. 100% both. Yeah, I'll do one here, one there, one here, one there. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm a dipper. I like the I don't know, I just like to combine the flavors, especially there's some wings that just taste better with that ranch on it. And plus it cools it down. So
Jeff knows. It is very hot. It's very hot. Yeah. The habanero, it gave me a run for my money a couple times. And every time I forget, I always think I have just their standard brand hot sauce, and then I'm looking and it's like the habanero, and then all of a sudden
cayenne pepper too. And
that's right. The cayenne is, I can drink that. Yeah. I actually put that in my micheladas. It's nice. It's got, I don't want to use the brand name Tabasco. It has the Tabasco aged cayenne feel to it.
Does it have that vinegar in it to it?
Yeah, that's a regal taste to me. The aged cayenne, it's a very nice finish. That one I can drink it. Literally in micheladas, I drink it, no problem. Habanero, too much.
Did you ever have the Tabasco wood chips?
Yes, I did.
I don't even know if they make them anymore. That was probably a good 5-6 years ago.
It was a gimmick.
They smelled like vinegar.
Yes.
So what I think it was is, do they actually use Jack Daniel's barrels? Where it was like Jack Daniel's only uses their barrels once. Some got sent off to make, the Jack Daniel's chips. The other ones went to Tabasco or something where they'll use them. But you can open it up and just smell that vinegar. I mean, once I cooked on it, you don't really notice much with that. You might get a little bit off of some of the barrel or the bourbon barrel, but the Tabasco, I don't think I got any extra flavor off of that.
So way back in my Weber kettle days, Smoky Mountain days, right? I had a hookup for a little while out of a vineyard in Kelowna. And I got wine barrels. And a lot of the time I would use chunks of cut chunks of the wine barrel slats. Yeah. Not amazing. It I don't know. The smoke was not as fantastic as you would think it would be. If I was doing a medium rare steak or a roast that was going to be pulled for medium rare, it would be nice to have that little kiss in there.
Yeah.
But it's not wine. It's not a wine smoke. There's no such thing as a wine smoke. It's still just the oak. And if anything, it's like sour oak.
Right. Like I think it's more of that vinegariness that comes off of that.
Yeah, it's not anything like you would envision. Just like your Jack Daniels chips. I had the Jack Daniels pellets. Same deal. It's as romantic as it sounds, it doesn't translate to like Jack Daniels flavored meat.
And as good as they smell, like before you throw
in
it
the bag. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, once you put fire to it, it's a whole nother game. Yeah, Spicy Jacks with the fermented cayenne. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Using herbs right in the coals to infuse flavors.
I've done that with caveman searing. Like I might throw, but you got to do it like right away. Like if you put the herbs down, you got to put the meat directly on top of it just as quickly as you would.
Yes.
The other way around. I mean, as the herbs themselves cook or heat up, they do release more oils, but they're going to also burn.
Yep.
So there's
I've seen so many people doing very sweet cooks on Kamado cookers, big green eggs, whatever, with hay. Right? And laying salmon over hay, laying tri-tips over hay, getting that kind of greens, smoking. That's not over direct fire.
Mm-hmm.
I've found anything you add to the red coals, it's like burning grass. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it be rosemary, whatever. Once it hits that smoking temperature, you're not going to get what you tasted raw into that meat.
Yeah,
right?
I think if you do that, you would have to throw it down, put your meat on there, maybe give it a 10-second count.
Yes.
And then get it out of there. Because after that, that's just going to be fast.
You're not going for the smoke there. You're going for the steam.
Correct. Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's what he's talking about. Smoke infused, nada.
Oh, you're talking about just smoking it and cooking on the. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, the only way I would do that is if you're just doing it for like a caveman sear and you're throwing the herbs down directly on top, but after a few minutes, slide it away and flip it.
Like they do those pork butts and they wrap them in those leaves.
Yeah.
And the leaves add a very, very small amount of flavor to that. It's more for steaming purposes, whatever, but that's, it's not a direct fire thing. That doesn't translate to the same thing as the steaming part.
Put the herbs, I think, on the grate as you're cooking with it.
Yep.
And get a different type of smoke with that. Because I have one of those smoking guns that I've done, rosemary smoke to add to a cocktail with it. And you can definitely taste the different type of, the different type of smoke from rosemary from actual wood chunks that I put in there.
Yep.
But if you were going to throw that directly on the coals and cook something at the grate level, you're not going to get anything out of it.
We got a fun one from John Hartnakainen here, asking if we ever used poplar in a stick burner. I'll tell you what, my friend, I wouldn't use poplar in the house in the fireplace because it's poplar. It's gonna pop and burn and smoke, and then all the magpie shit in the bark is gonna get in your food, and that's no bueno. That one. That's magpies like the shit in the bark of poplars. So that's
good to know.
Yeah, up in Canada, man, we have a very short supply of wood. Like especially in Alberta, so our Manitoba maple, or I I think that's what they call it. Manitoba maple is like a black ash. And that's as close as you're going to get to like a fruit wood or whatever. And it's still not fantastic for smoking, but you take it. You take it. People will use birch. If you have really good aged birch in a pizza cooker, right? In a nice pizza oven, you can get away with that. If you want to add flavored wood, you add the chunks on top of that, right? Most of the guys running stick burners up here are using charcoal and then wood chunks.
Okay.
And they're bringing them in bags of wood chunks for amazing, insane amounts of money. But fruit wood is not easy to come by out here. And hickory, mesquite, these are all soft. They are hardwoods to you guys, right? Up here, they don't survive. It's not like we have pecan trees or walnut trees. That stuff doesn't survive up here because it's frozen for 10 months of the year, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can get a fair amount of hickory where I'm at. There's, if you make friends with some of the people that have the apple orchards,
yep,
you can get some, down trees from them. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot of fruit trees up by us either.
Yep.
So we get the pecan, the orange, the peach, or that kind of stuff. But we can get a fair amount of oak and a fair amount of hickory, so that's pretty easy for us to come by. But yeah, there's also a fair amount of poplar too, so you have to kind of pay attention to where you're getting it from, because some places will be like, oh yeah, it's poplar hickory mix. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want that. I want.
Up here, people are so cheap that the pallets that are made of like stock grade oak, people are coming and buying from the industrial shops to repurpose as furniture.
Oh,
so like it's you're hard pressed to find good wood up here. Trust me. Like it's crazy. Like the competition for getting wood. So I have a few friends that are arborists, and that's my secret whatever, but I'm getting it green. And I have to dry age it myself, right? So yeah. Season it. I have to season it myself, which is a pain in the butt, but I'd rather do that than be paying, $50 for a 20-pound bag. It's it's crazy.
Like
it's
base cord of hickory was $110.
Yeah, you couldn't get a cord of birch up here. I believe is $600, between $400 and $600 for birch. There's no such thing as a cord of oak. There's no such thing as a cord of hickory, a cord of maple. Wow. No such thing.
Yeah, if I wanted the hickory poplar mix, he said I could have had one for $55.
Jesus.
Like no, I'll just pay the extra and just get the all hickory.
So when's your new president come on, and what is he going to do about logging? Let's open them borders, people. Let's get them borders open here. That's yeah. That's
insane.
Yeah.
And that's not something you think about. You think, oh yeah, there's tons of trees up in Canada.
No. I'm directly connected right now to sourcing out more wood. I need cords of wood like crazy. It's not working out for me at all. So
yeah, you do.
So if there's any Canadians seeing the show, make sure you message me. Your cousin runs a hickory farm. Didn't know? Let me know. Uncle Mel wants to know. I need some wood. A lot of it. So,
yeah, and if you want to make it, trend, you can use hashtag Mel needs wood.
Yeah. Mel needs more wood. Bigger wood. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. See, and Darren's out in Ontario where they have a ton more wood than out here, and it's still crazy out there.
Wow.
So, and they have a ton of selection. Out here, we got nothing. Crazy.
That's insane. So, what did I see? What else did I see Darren talk about before? He's got to do a live fire cook, and he's going to maybe do a leg of lamb.
Yes, over the live fire. That's a great idea. I fully support this.
Just kind of let it hang.
Yep.
So now, is that a cook when you're doing that you would truss in some of those sprigs of rosemary then?
I would, yeah.
Because as that cooks and what's that called? As that heats up, that's going to release those extra oils from the rosemary and kind of melt that in there.
Yeah, I would definitely tie twine around that.
Mm-hmm.
Put some seasoning onto that way, and also baste it. Baste it a lot. I would have a few sticks of rosemary tied together.
That's where you do your herb brush. Yeah.
Yes, and maybe like a nice a vinaigrette or something, and just painting it constantly for sure. That's something I would do.
So is
Have
it
it
hard for you guys to find like the whole leg of lamb that's actually like all on there? Because like here I can get like the one that's already like trimmed and cut and you know deboned.
yeah, yeah. There's not a ton out here unless you're going to the butchers, and then anything goes, right. I know where to get whole lamb. That's I've got my eye on one of those, but yeah.
My buddy was telling me that he went into the I think there's a restaurant depot or a restaurant warehouse or cook something like that down in Milwaukee.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, he goes, they don't have whole hogs, you can get a whole lamb.
Yep. Yeah, that's no, and they're frozen, right? So it's like you just pick it up by the feet and you like carry it out. It's pretty sweet. It's
What's his name? Grilling with Dad. Went to a Costco business one day.
Yep.
So we just had the regular Costco. He goes to the Costco business, and like when you go into the frozen section, there's just boxes of whole hogs and boxes of whole lambs and whole goats.
Yep. No, we have one of those up here.
Oh, really?
It's not a Costco though. It's a wholesale club, but same deal. Yeah. And that's the pigs that I get, the 65 pounders, they come out of cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
And they have pallets of just like Jenga pigs. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I saw that one of the times we were down in the Eggtoberfest too. We
Okay.
went to Cook's Warehouse because one of the guys had a food truck, so we got to go in there, and yeah, they had whole hogs and like there were some in the boxes, and then they had like a box open. It was in like those netting bags.
Yep.
That's a whole pig.
Yep.
Pig.
Yeah, whole lamb, whole goat.
Mm.
That's one thing I really want to do is a whole goat and curry them. A curried goat over the fire with the herbs and just draping it as I paint it, as it spins over the charcoal.
That's where you need that smell-o-vision.
Yeah, that would be just oh.
You just walk up with a piece of naan bread and just pick it off, and
yeah. Oh, I know. That's yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's magical.
Yep. Right on, man. Well, you know what? Thank you very much for coming on here doing this. Right? I'm glad we still had time to. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or?
I'm just hoping that next week when we come on that we can talk about getting ready for a Packers Super Bowl party. So I'm just going to throw that out in the universe. Everybody give their positive vibes for it, and let's make it happen.
Yep. No, I would like that very much. Yeah.
That would be a hell of a start.
Oh yeah. I haven't been excited about an NFL Super Bowl in a very long time. So
yeah. That'd be a big step.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
You've had what? I think Mel's got 3 or 4 drinks in him, and he hasn't had a chance to eat yet.
No, that's true.
Should probably get Mel some food. Couch. Don't start with your son.
Don't start couch. That's yeah. He's a sweetheart. I love him. He's fantastic.
He's a good dude.
When he put up a thing about Tom Brady, and I was like, just so you know, in Edmonton, Alberta, we're like, Jesus and Tom Brady play NFL. Just so you know. Like, those are the 2 big names. Jesus and Tom Brady. That's yeah. That's Tom Brady. That's it's a big deal. The kids out here, they don't even know what football is, but they're wearing a Tom Brady jersey. That's yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
You take that away from him, and he knows how to win. So,
well, we got our Wayne Gretzky, right? It is what it is. It's there's legend status, and then there's that one other one.
Yeah, I mean, hate him if you want him, but
yeah,
he's a winner. He's going to play in his 14th conference championship game, which is ridiculous. So,
Well, that was the joke, man. When they came out with that deflated ball thing and they're doing all of that, I'm like, if that's all you got on him, I'd roll with that. That's a good one. That's that's. I think if you haven't learned anything from Tiger Woods, take the deflated balls and just run with it. That's yeah, like that's because y'all are pretty hard on your champions. Just saying. That's
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. In Canada, we're like, Ben Johnson. No, he was fine. He was like, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's that's because no one ever breaks loose up here, right? So it's a good thing. It's yeah. It's
Well, hey guys, thanks for stopping by. We'll be coming up with some new things soon. Some big things on the works.
Yep, exactly. There you go.
Everyone have a good night. Be safe, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers, everybody.